Literally, the beach was my front yard for years. I lived on Toledo on the beach, and instead of grass, we had sand, and it was amazing. But this is a resource that is truly in trouble.
The initiative was basically a federal program that was formed back in 1998. It's a framework for allowing marine conservation and education and restoration efforts to be passed down to the local county organizations or the county governments.
So today we're working on the restoration at Bowman Bay, which is part of Deception Pass Park. We've been working to restore the beach back to natural conditions. We've removed over 500 feet of shoreline armoring. There was big rocks all along the shoreline that were put there to protect a fish hatchery. So we've removed all of that, and now we've also graded the beach and brought in sediment that is the perfect size for forage fish like surf smelt and sand lance that use the beach to spawn. Following the restoration, we've been working really hard to reestablish the vegetation along the shoreline, which creates the connection between the marine waters and the upland habitat. I would just always encourage people to come out to the beaches, first touch the water, turn over a rock, see what's going on, and really engage in the habitat and become a part of it.
For a time, I was a biologist on commercial fishing boats, and so I saw firsthand the impacts of derelict fishing gear. A lot of nets in the water, a lot of pots in the water, a lot of marine traffic has caused this accumulation of a lot of debris. We've removed over 5,700 derelict nets in Puget Sound. We've removed over 5,000 crab pots in Puget Sound. The removal of that has restored over 830 acres of marine habitat, and the amount of marine organisms that we're saving that aren't getting tangled up with the deer, those are in the thousands of what's getting saved every year. We're kind of moving our direct efforts towards the crab pot issue. There's an estimated 12,000 crab pots that are lost in Puget Sound every year, and it's not something you can stay on top of just by removals. Most of the reasons for these crab pots being lost can be prevented. The big thing is changing behavior. Having a properly weighted pot would be the number one.
The success of the initiative is grounded in the work that is conducted by volunteer groups and citizen scientists. And the data they collect is used by state agencies and other resource management groups to guide management decisions that will benefit the resource in the long run.
Every year here on Whidbey Island, we send our volunteers out for 1 hour per week during the summer months to sit on the beach and observe the guillemots. We're looking for changes in population. We are also identifying the number of active burrows, and we're delighted that over those 12 years we have found a very consistent population of 1,000 birds, which is good news for the birds, and also provides a baseline for any potential changes that may come to the Salish Sea in the years to come.
Whatever the impacts are that we're facing, it took all of us to get us in this condition, and no single entity or organization is going to get us out. It's going to take all of us. People's own activities on the landscape or marine waters have to change, and how we change is going to be the benefits that we'll see in the future.